things I wanna know. Things they never told me. Late nights, deep dives in the shadows, secrets whispered in the silence that follows, clues scattered like stars in the dark. Every piece of the puzzle ignites a spark, truth hiding behind a mask.
So welcome to Things I Want to Know. I'm your co-host I'm the hosts of the hosts, or the, no, I just run all the board and stuff.
No, you're a
Paul
host.
G is who I am.
This is Andrea.
I gotta teach you radio nuance, man.
I just talk.
So we got our new weekly theme song update.
Yes.
She was so over it this week. She's like, stop making songs.
Oh, my Lord. He had so many songs he was recording, and I'm like, and they're starting to all sound the same after a while. And he's like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I'm like, they're all fine. Just can we listen to something else that has different words?
Right? Because they all say,
beneath the surface, things they never told me. Never told me. Truth beneath the surface, things they never told me.
and that's it. That
Yeah.
one's a short song.
But it was pretty cool. Some of them, one of them you recorded or I made. It's like it sounds like it should be in a Bond movie.
And I'm just using AI to make all this stuff.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting though. But
Yeah, that's AI music. No real musicians existed or were harmed in making of that music.
But then we try to give it a genre or an idea or use the words, and it would come back and sound like this. And we'd be like, that sounds nothing like that.
I tried to make a ZZ Top.
That was not ZZ Top.
And then what was the other one I tried to make? I tried to make a... it worked great for What's-Her-Face.
The other one sounded like Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
That's our dog. He
That
wants
one.
to know things too.
I don't think they can hear it.
No.
I've got the Dua Lipa song.
Yeah.
It's a good tune, actually.
Everybody's talking like they cracked
Yeah.
the code. Same old answers, different tone. They rush the end and sell it bold, but I feel the gap in what I'm told.
If you're in your car right now, you're dancing. Yeah.
It's a cute song.
And it sounds good. And it sounds just like Dua Lipa.
Yeah. It
Which
does.
is fair, because she ripped everybody else off. She did. She even lost. It was that bad.
Yeah. Most people, you'd be like, well, that's kind of a stretch. Hers was like, oh, yeah, you took it.
That's yeah. She lost like 3 different songs. It was bad.
Well,
It's not her. It's probably not her fault. It's probably a producer's fault.
he needs to get it together. No copyright like we were.
Yeah. So we're sitting here drinking sangria today.
Yeah. About to talk a
Do
little
you hear
true
it?
crime.
Ding 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 ding.
Though I'm thinking about next time switching it up and doing something like fun medical or something different than just true crime. Something that's in history
You
medical.
can go over the 50s manual on how to deal with a widowmaker heart attack.
No, hey, that actually might not be be a bad idea because I have a 1950s Merrick manual that we got at a.
What is a Merrick?
Merrick manual is like a book that doctors use to look up like diagnoses and some signs and symptoms of something. So
It's
it's
their
like
handbook Bible.
yeah, and it's still produced today. And I got one from 1950, 1952, somewhere in there.
If you're having a widowmaker heart attack, which is the one that everyone died from, go home and have some bed rest.
Yes, 8 weeks of bed rest, and I'm like, what?
They're not going to make it past week 1, dude.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them died. So
That's
I
why
mean,
all of them died.
but the ones on like psychiatry made me laugh the most. Like everybody was like, basically, here's some Valium and go rest.
Well, they were still prescribing orgasms for females,
Yes, that's in there too.
which is actually, it should still be in there, to be honest with you.
it was just hilarious. It's a cool book.
I'm a bad person.
Yeah. Well, today we're talking about a case that I thought was interesting because she has been a nameless individual from since 1990. And we recently, I think 2022, 23, gave her name back.
I don't know. You did the research on this
Thanks to a really...
I'm the Jimmy Wisman on this.
Oh, you're the Jimmy Wisman?
Yes, I'm the Jimmy Wisman.
Anyway.
That refers to, what was the name of it?
Small Town Murder.
Small Town Murder, yeah. And one guy talks about it, and Jimmy Wisman just goes, oh, the whole time.
No, your stupid opinions. Listen to them because that one's hilarious.
These guys are a couple of potheads. And it's weird, too, because if you see them in person or on video, the guy with the deep voice that's running the whole show.
Yeah.
He looks like he sounds like he would be kind of a chain smoking
Big dude.
Yeah, big dude. And he's not, but he's really tall in real life, but he's like a rail. And the Jimmy Wistman you think would be just this little bitty guy. And he's not. He's like huge.
He's a big guy. But
He's a big frame.
But yeah, their stupid opinions is funny because they take
Very
all the
strange.
opinions off the internet and kind of, because people put all these opinions on the internet and half of them they read like, okay,
Theme parks are the worst.
The one that made me laugh so hard that I literally almost pulled my car over is the ones when they're talking about reviews of the Great Wall of China.
Oh my
And
God.
somebody
It doesn't
actu-
have bathrooms.
I laughed so hard. Like, yes, Mr. Chinaman, way back when this was built, we forgot to put modern plumbing in a bathroom.
Yeah, there was no modern plumbing or bathroom. If you pooped, you stuck your butt over the side of the wall.
This is, I mean, you can't really give it 2 stars. It's not the wall's fault. I mean, there's no, you just listen to it. It's awesome.
And then they have, the really cool part is whenever they do the reviews for the, random chicken stand in towns. And it's like, my gosh. And then it's never a review. It's like when the reviews on the towns, it's never a actual review of the town. It's like them just bitching about something.
It's good, though. Listen to them. They're great.
And then the sex toys is just weird.
Oh, yeah. People do reviews on sex toys. And I've laughed.
I can't return this. No.
That is your toy.
Yeah, you own that.
Oh, the stuff that they,
not in its original packaging. No.
But no, if you want a good laugh or just... It makes me think of when people probably give us reviews, I have to also remember
Yeah, we got a review the other day that was interesting. I'm still having to translate it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, it meant why didn't you use a book, but he didn't say it like that. He
said, why don't you do a little bit more research on this one? Well, then sometimes part of our problem is sometimes when we get into stuff, we don't do the conjecture.
Okay.
Right? The people, well, I think they did this. We don't go listen to other podcasts.
No, we don't. We make a very, very important point not to.
Yeah, because there's a thing called front loading. And this is a concept that not too many people understand, but once you understand it, you'll be like, oh, I get it. And front loading is when someone tells you the ice cream at this place is phenomenal. It's so good. It after I ate it, my taste buds all jumped out of my face and gave me hugs because it was tasted so great.
Wow, that's some ice cream there.
And some strange taste buds too. Anyway, and then you go eat it and you're like, oh, it's so good. But if the person next to you didn't have the front load and they ate it objectively, they'd be like, it's
ice cream.
It's not that great. Like Cold Stone is sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. But Brahms is the best ice cream because it's actually made from, it's made the old way.
Yeah, their ice cream is good.
The ones in the scoops, not the crap you get out of the machine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just tastes like everybody else's.
But no, their ice cream is good.
And it's made correctly. It's made the old way. It's made the right way. And you eat it and you gain 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Even though you only ate 2 ounces of ice cream, you gain 30 pounds.
All the cream and sugar.
I'm not sure how the physics works on that. But they've got it down. So yeah, we try to remain objective, and if somebody's giving us their opinion, that's great. Thank you very much. But that's not what we're doing here. We're trying to give you the facts. We want to talk about the facts, the actual what happened.
Yeah, and then we do put a little bit of our thought process into it.
Our opinion is in it. Yeah, but
we also state that it's our opinion.
Yeah, and it's just an opinion. We don't know what the hell we're talking about half the time.
No, but
although we really do, I think that's just between your nursing knowledge and my psychology knowledge, we kind of know.
Yeah, we have our own thoughts.
Yeah, but we're not by any means a professional profiler or murder finder.
No, we're not.
The only murder I'm going to find is whenever I actually do one, and then I'll find it. But I'm not going to do one, so I'll never know. I'll always be in the dark.
You'll always be in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the case. I'm sure everyone's like probably fast forward through half of this. So on May 7th, 1990, the remains of a female were located in a remote area of Maysville in Benton County.
So what were you doing in 1990?
1990, I was probably beginning of junior high, I think.
No jobs or nothing?
No jobs. I was like 13, 12.
In
I don't know.
1990, I was driving a white Cadillac Eldorado, 2 doors, from 1973.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Boss Hogg's car, but with the hard top.
Oh.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
was working in a pool, scrubbing the sides of a pool with the broom for no apparent reason because the lady who hired me said, do this. And I said, why? And she goes, just do it. I said, okay. And
Well, you're getting
then
paid.
they took a picture of it. And then I snuck girls in at night because I had the keys.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a popular place for me to go.
Oh, really?
I don't know if the girls enjoyed it that much, but I'm pretty sure they did.
I don't want to know anymore. So basically, the Benton County Sheriff's Office came out to investigate a manner of death. Basically, they found a skull and bones that had extensive damage.
When did they find this?
This was found in May 7th, 1990.
So she's probably killed
Yeah.
in 89.
Yeah, probably 89, somewhere in there. So basically, they have nothing. They don't have an ID.
Well, and it doesn't take very long for a body to decompose in this Arkansas heat and moisture.
No, they
I
had
mean, the fact that it was winter
May.
probably took longer.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
yeah.
she might have been killed in November
Yeah.
of 89. But if you kill somebody and leave them out there in the humidity is what, 90% most of the time?
In May 7th and 90.
No, I'm talking about in the summer.
Oh, yeah, it's super hot here.
Yeah, so the humidity is like 90%. It's like 101.
Yeah.
And and then it's a lot of dense foliage. Foliage. I mean, they put their foil out on everybody. That's why the aliens like us, because it's foil. It makes them stumped, and they're very curious of what we're doing.
I think you're scaring the listeners at this point.
I'm scaring myself, but that's okay. But no, so the body's decomposed real quick in this humidity.
Yeah, so basically they couldn't really figure out what's going on. There was a flyer to like a resort that was in Pineville that's like north of us. We're real close to the Missouri line. So they're kind of like, there's nothing. They had nothing to go with.
Yeah.
So that they thought, okay. But here's what problem. 1995, I guess they're sitting on this skull. They're sitting on all this other stuff, all these bones. Don't really have anywhere to go. But they determined, hey, let's try some facial reconstruction and see if we can figure out if she has a face.
Work?
No. Basically, the skull was too damaged. So they decided, on
You
April...
notice they quit doing that? They don't really do it very much. The facial reconstruction from bones, they must have got it so wrong that they just kind of gave up on it.
I think it's all computerized now where they can put the tissue depths in and
But it's never right, is what I mean, they quit doing it. That's what I'm saying. It's not in the zeitgeist anymore.
I don't know.
I mean, they were doing it back in the 90s, so it must not be very good.
So I guess they decided, let's send this stuff off to the Arkansas Crime Lab, hoping to identify this person.
Yeah, good luck with
This
that.
was in February of 1995, okay? So
we
I
need to
don't...
do an episode on the Arkansas Crime Lab, how bad it got in the 60s and 70s, and we knew it was awful.
Because what I don't understand is from 1990 and then 1995, you decided to send off her stuff to the crime lab.
Well, Benton County at the time, it was just rural. I mean, I was out in 95, 94. I was out with Joey Nichols, or Joe Nichols, the singer, country singer.
Oh, yeah.
We were out in with a bunch of us out there in the middle we're in the middle of Benton County right now. That same place we were at, partying at a three-way stop. It was all dirt road at the time. Now it's all paved, and there's a big subdivision there. But at the time, there's nobody here. They didn't have a lot of resources. I mean, Walmart was it.
Yeah, that's true.
And it wasn't very big at the time because it's 1990.
I just remember that was what was here, and but I didn't really comprehend until I moved away in college and stuff that it's not everywhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I mean, at that time, you could find any dirt road and block it off because that's what we did. There was about 30 of us. We had about 20 cars. And we're right there at the T. We got a bonfire and everything.
Oh, God.
Right in the middle of the road. We didn't care.
So basically, they sent this stuff off in February of 1995, and Arkansas Crime Lab really couldn't pull anything either.
DNA was still pretty much in its infancy, and I don't think the Arkansas Crime Lab in 1990 or 95 they might have DNA, but they still would have had to send it off to the FBI to get it processed.
So in December of 1995, additional stuff was sent down to the crime lab, and everything was unsuccessful to identify the victim, to figure out who she is, to figure really to go anywhere with this. So it sits like that until October 2008.
In the scene, it's just by a dry creek bed. And, they're not going to be able to go back to that ever because as soon as it floods.
Yeah, it's over. So they decided, hey, let's reach out to some other people that maybe have a little bit more experience than us, and maybe they can identify her. So they packed up some stuff and sent it off to the University of North Texas, hoping to identify a mitochondrial DNA profile, which mitochondrial DNA you get from your mom.
And this is when?
This is in 2008.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, they didn't have mitochondrial stuff until 2000, till about then.
Yeah, so basically they decided, well, in 2008, let's put her into NamUs, which is the National Missing Identified Persons Database, which you can go up there and look up all sorts of stuff on people and cities and states and everything like that, and you can get lost in their website. So in 2017, we have a detective that was like pretty much not going to give up. So he decided, let's try to see if we can get some dental comparisons against, numerous people that were missing in the area. Let's see if she matches anything that we have remotely on this skull. They didn't get anywhere with that either. So in 2019, this same detective is like, hey, man, I'd like to resubmit some evidence to the crime lab, but the crime lab basically said, Arkansas, like, I don't think we have anything else that we can help you with, which is mind-blowing to me.
Well, and we're not, we don't have a whole lot of money back. We have more money now for this kind of stuff, but back then, the state was running a deficit.
Yeah, so basically, this is 1990 to 2019. We still don't know anything, like her name, anything about her, any family, any way of connecting the dots as to what happened to her. So this detective is like, what about genealogical, stuff that people do basically. Yeah. He's like, let's do that.
Who got caught with that first?
Golden State Killer, I think.
Yeah. And also it was, what's his face, the mob guy too.
I just remember Golden State because I remember like sitting there going, whoa, that is mind blowing, because they get him out in front of his house and he looks like a normal, like grandpa.
BTK does.
And then they wheel him in, because I remember we're like listening and watching that, and they wheel him into like the court, and he looks like this debilitated old man, like he like changed overnight. It was like wild.
So do you think the dental ID was delayed?
I wonder if her skull even had enough teeth for it. Don't you have to have like a couple teeth, or at least
They just take an x-ray of the skull of what's left, and then they send that x-ray around, but I don't know. I mean, how would you do that? There's so many dentists. There's 4 dentists in Bee Ridge.
But then again, if people that are missing, you have to go pull your loved one's dental records, and then you're submitting them everywhere too. So how is this going to work?
I don't know.
So basically, it wasn't until March of 2021 that, granted, this is 2019, he's saying, let's do the genealogical thing, guys, with genes and genealogical stuff. And then it took till 2021 that basically the crime lab's like, in Arkansas was like, we don't do that here. You need to send that to a private lab called Orthram. So it makes me wonder, like, I'm sure that ain't cheap.
And CODIS didn't exist back then, really, either.
This is in 2019?
Yeah, well, even back in, CODIS was, the Armed Forces database is where they found most of their people, because most people are in the military that they are able to find through stuff like that. But they just didn't, remember the highway killer. It was very difficult to get all those people in to give their data to the government for all the states, and we didn't even capture anybody.
But this wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago that we started doing it. I know. It sounds crazy, doesn't it?
No, it can't be 2019 that we actually start. 2021.
No, it was before that. But we had to wait for the sheriff's department to ask. They're not going to do it proactively. So CODIS came around, got refined, and then they, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. So basically, this is what they did. They submitted all this stuff to this lab, and so they just crossed their fingers and waited. So in 2021, they were able to identify a profile from the victim. But then they have to do what's, the genetic genealogy thing, and they have to trace back to like great-great-grandparents and such, and then move themselves forward.
Oh, wow. I did not know this. CODIS 2017. FBI finally expanded the core from 13 to 20, and that's when people started getting found with it.
Really?
It wasn't truly useful at all until 1998.
I was thinking CODIS has been around for a while.
Well, it has. 1998 was 98, 18. It's been around 25 years.
But it took to, what did you say, the 2018 before they actually started like getting hits?
2017 is when the FBI made it. They expanded the core loci, which is the DNA thing. I don't know how to pronounce it. From 13 alleles, I guess, to 20.
Ah, okay.
So it didn't. You couldn't search enough. There wasn't enough data. You'd get like 100 hits.
Yeah, because if you I've gone on genealogy banks and stuff to find my dad's side of the family, and it breaks it down into segments, how many segments you're related to somebody.
And then it only did kinship analysis, and it didn't do genealogy kind of stuff.
So this explains the Golden State Killer. Then
it's recent. It's all recent because the government the big government entity has to do it because there's 350 million people in the United States, and you can't just leave it up to the individual states, especially somebody like California who's upside down on their budget, and Arkansas, which doesn't have enough money for it.
Yeah, because if you submit your DNA profile from, say, Ancestry onto GEDmatch, which you pay $10 a month for if you want it, I let mine go because I wouldn't get anywhere with it.
Yeah,
it says on there as a disclaimer that this is in our database and can be accessed by law enforcement.
Yes.
Which I was like, I don't care. I have nothing to hide.
That's how they found the Golden State Killers. Using that,
so
using GenMatch.
If you think about it, if you've got, because I made the joke with you one time about my dad's adopted and I really don't know his side of the family, that one of these days I might get this knock
You're my first cousin?
Well, I may get a knock at the door saying hey, are you related to so-and-so? I'm like, oh, no, maybe. Well, he's on your dad's side and he's your second cousin and he's we're looking for him wanted for murder.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's...
Would you like to be interviewed for a podcast?
But then I've asked my brother, hey, would you get on GEDmatch? He's like, I don't want the law enforcement with my DNA. I said, what have you done?
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, nothing. I just don't want it out there. And I'm like...
I tell people all the time, the government's not looking for you. They're not spying on you. They're not gathering your information and using it for any nefarious reason because you're not important enough.
Because they don't care.
Yeah, you don't have a standing unless, there's no reason for them to care. Give them a reason, but they don't care. So take your tinfoil hat off and drink some chamomile.
Oh God. I could throw chamomile at a few people. So September 2021.
You had to wear one of those hats once.
Oh yeah, we won't go there.
Wasn't by choice though.
They submitted it stuff, and then they finally. This is August of 2022. Okay, we're going from 1990.
89 was she's probably killed.
To 2022. Yeah. They found some relatives. So they want to make sure, as I would hope law enforcement would, that you would come up. But how would you do that? You're like, hey, I would like to get a buccal swab of you because I think that you have
related to a mass killer.
You have the DNA match to this bag of bones we found in the woods. How would you approach that?
Most people would help.
I would. I'd be like, I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah, if you want my DNA, it needs to be studied. That's for sure.
So they reached out to the relatives and basically they wanted to 100% make sure that this was a match. And I respect them for doing that because you wouldn't want to come to a family member and say, hey, number one, I'd be like, are you missing any people in your family? And, could you...
Is this the chick that was... No, this is the other chick. Well, go ahead.
There's lots of chicks, I guess.
Sorry. Well, there is lots of chicks. I found that out the hard way.
So basically, this person said, sure. And then they went back and talked to this person. And this person was kind enough to sit down and explain their family tree. And because of that, they were able to figure out exactly next of kin for this person. So, February 28th, 2022, they found the missing link of where her name is. So basically, it's been decades since this has been going on. After 32 years, Benton County Sheriff's Office was pleased to announce her name, Donna Sue Nelton of Benton County. She died at 28 years old. What gets me, though, is the family members that nobody reported her missing. Like, nobody.
Oh, yeah, this is that one chick.
Yeah, like, nobody. They're like, yeah, we don't know what happened to her. I find, and I'm not trying to pass any judgment. I'm really not.
Let's give them a little bit of background here. She was hanging around with somebody who wasn't so nice.
Yes, she was hanging around with a gentleman by the. If I get my glasses going here, George.
I have to get my 7-view bifocals.
They're trifocals, but thank you. George Alvin Bruton. And I guess the George Alvin Bruton was kind of, he wasn't a very happy, he wasn't a character you wanted your daughter to date. I'll put it to you that way.
He was going around robbing people.
Robbing and killing people. He was on for 3 months in 1979 on the FBI's most wanted list. That's really somebody you want your daughter with.
Yeah, and this is 79?
79.
Then he went to jail.
And
they paroled his ass, right?
Mm-hmm. So he went to jail. And then what got him in jail was he's for bank robbery, lots of auto theft. And he was wounded and captured in 1980 after a shootout in Fort Smith.
Wow.
So
That's Fort Smith at the time, man.
So
Fort Smith is rough.
So then he gets out of prison in 1988. And so he became under investigation for still doing his numerous crimes and stuff. So in September of 1989, Bruton and another one of his associates was dropping off trash bags at a dumpster in North Kansas City.
Yeah.
FBI agents are watching this happen, okay? They're tailing him for something they're going to bust him for. And inside the dumpster, the FBI agents pulled the bags out and noticed it was all of Donna Sue's personal effects in there.
Yeah.
My next question is, why didn't they say something then?
It sounds like she was kind of a piece of work. And people were like, I understand. We'd love her to death. But if she doesn't come back around, we're okay.
I don't want to think so.
Come on.
I can't. I don't want to believe that. I'd like to believe. I would like to think if you're sitting there trailing somebody for doing something and you see him dump a ton of personal stuff, does that not send a red flag to you of going,
but why? They could have just robbed her.
Yeah, true. You're right. It could have been a robbery, but I would think it'd be like.
They were known for that.
But number one, I guess you can define personal effects. Is it clothes? Is it pictures? Is it. But I would think if it's like personal stuff, like a purse or something, that would be kind of a clue of no woman's going to leave her purse behind. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, not necessarily, though. You know, I mean, I don't know. If they just stole her, if they broke into somebody's storage unit and just took everything in a rush, that would make sense why they'd throw it out.
Okay. I guess to me it's like, man, you know. But get this. Here's the kicker, though. Her vehicle was later located inside his storage unit.
Oh, nice.
Now, that's got to send a red flag.
He didn't want to get rid of the car, but he couldn't find anyone to buy it, I bet you. He hadn't figured out a way to hawk it yet because her name's on the title.
Well, shoot. People still have problems with cars and titles now.
Yeah,
I don't think. Why would that stop you then?
It was worse then because you had to wait for the paperwork to come back through the mail.
Oh, that's right.
Now it's all emailed, you know.
So, in 1990, okay, April 6th, 1990, he was arrested for parole violation on drug charges after being identified as an alleged leader of a multi-state drug ring. Okay. Remember the date that her body was found, May 7th of 1990.
Yeah. Now get this guy, this guy, which I can't say his name for some reason. They he was on the FBI most wanted list in 1979 because he took two families hostage and wounded 2 officers in Utah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You're
Isn't
right.
it the craziest thing? Mm-hmm. What the? Oh, my God. He took 2 families hostage, and this chick's going to hang out with him? Is she not thinking?
I don't know. Probably not. But I mean, like you said, you were trying to explain to me, some women love bad boys.
Yeah. It's they like the bad boys. It's kind of like how women who are abused. It's sometimes very difficult to get them away from their abuser.
True. I think in that situation, sometimes
it's a little different, but it's
abusers sometimes hold all the money, hold all the
some
resources.
women just keep going back, though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about. You've seen it.
I've seen
It's
it.
like they don't have the money. They have every way of getting out. And yet, for some reason, they keep letting that son of a bitch back in their house.
I think sometimes they want to believe.
Bad boys. I think it has a lot to do with the same. I think they're very related, very close. Not quite the same strain of thinking, but really close.
Maybe.
He can go out and kill the most, antlers or deer. And I can eat, my family can eat, and he beats me up a little bit. That's fine because he kills the most deer. And the other guy that I could choose, he can't kill any deer.
I would hope it's not that primitive, but
It's got to begin somewhere.
no.
I'm just saying.
So
That's why men like girls with bigger hips. They can give birth easier.
yeah.
And that's, it's and big and flush lips means that their heart and everything is going well. The bigger the boobs, the better, because they can feed their kids.
And you learned all this from Jordan Peterson.
Well, he just confirmed it. I'm like, big boobs. Yeah, we know. Yes, boobs. What?
Nothing.
Men like boobs. Your son liked boobs at an early age.
Oh yeah. When he was 5, I had to explain to him that I didn't expect 5-year-old little boys to be like very interested in that. He was
He was like, boobs
all the time, and I'd be like, son, it was.
It's a thing. It's built in. It's just part of being alive.
And if he's listening to this, he's horrified.
Who cares? I mean, he shouldn't be horrified, and I tell you why.
Why?
Because him liking boobs at an early age is a good thing. It proves his virality.
Okay. I'm glad that you're going to establish that. He's just trying to make me go, shut up, Paul.
Try it. Oh my God, Paul, stop.
And pretty much.
You can buy that hat in the store.
Oh, yeah. So basically, in July 1990, I guess where the FBI is trailing this guy, they got a source that said that, he was caught mentioning that he killed a female named Donna over threats to expose his drug and theft operations. So this is my thought process.
He shot her and then burned her body.
She's probably upset. I'm guessing. This is all speculation. This is just my thought process, in my opinion. She maybe got tired of something, mouthed off about she's trying to go to the cops and turn him in because she knows he's got a lot of stuff going against him, and he retaliated and just killed her.
Him and his buddy. He had a buddy with him.
So, according to the family, both Bruton and Donna Sue were known to pass through Benton County on occasion. So this RV park called Pine Island Resort, located in Jay, Oklahoma. Sorry, I got the towns wrong. Jay, Oklahoma. Yeah. Pine Island Resort flyer was the only thing found with her body at the time of this. So they really had nothing to go on other than a long, wild goose chase of figuring out who she is.
Yeah, but I really think it's because I really think I'm right on this. And I mean, obviously, I can always be wrong, but I really think I'm right on this. Is that she was a handful, and she was kind of a bitch, and the family members were like, we love her, and when she's nice, but when she's not, she's not, and she's around. I don't know. I hadn't seen her in a while, and I'm okay with that.
I don't know if I agree. I mean, sometimes people...
It's all a guess anyway.
Sometimes people want to think, oh, well, she's left. She always does this all the time. She'll come back.
Yeah.
She's probably out there living her best life. You know, they want to believe... It's easier to believe that someone is out there doing well than it is to believe that they're dead.
Well, sure. It's just like I always said, you know, it goes back to that too. Not all victims were nice.
I know, but we also...
we always say, they were such a good person. But if they were alive, you'd be like, I don't like that guy.
But we don't have anything to state who she was as an individual.
And she could have been a beautifully nice woman who just got wrapped up with this dude and, you know, and stuck with him. But I don't know.
The sad thing about this case, though, is the gentleman, Mr. George Alvin Bruton, he died in federal prison in 2008. He was never prosecuted. He was never charged. He was...
Well, they didn't have a name to the body. They couldn't prove it was even Donna.
Until after he was long gone.
Yeah. They couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove it was Donna. Can't prove it was Donna, then you can't. There's no crime.
And so when they finally proved it was Donna, he was dead. But even if he was alive, not to say that he would ever admit that he killed her.
Well, he did admit it.
He said he killed a Donna.
Yeah, and that was her. So he did admit it. But again, the problem that you have is that they didn't know that was her, so they can't.
Yeah, so by the time he admitted he killed a Donna or hurt a Donna, but
and
number one,
no physical evidence, nothing to didn't.
They didn't have a Donna to match it with,
right? And they couldn't put him there.
But the crazy thing is, though, I'm sure people say all sorts of stuff in prison. You know, you're in prison next to your buddy, and you're going to say all sorts of stuff.
That guy was getting life at that point. So,
but if he would have confessed it. Say he just wanted to unburden his soul at the end. They could have identified her sooner, or maybe he didn't want to do anything because he would have faced the death penalty.
Yeah, maybe. But he's dead anyway. He's probably cancer, right?
I think so. But think about it, though. He didn't confess in prison because I think he was probably afraid he was going to fry.
Well, this son of a bitch was going around robbing people, and he had a bunch of like 4 or 5 guys working with him to rob people.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a worthless human being in the first place. I don't really care what you say. That's a worthless human being in my view.
Yeah,
don't rob people.
But he just killed her basically so he doesn't get caught. I mean, but he got caught. He broke parole.
Yeah. Well, she was going to tell him where he was, I guess.
Maybe tell more about what he was doing other than break parole.
Yeah. Well, this guy went on a multi-state crime spree. I mean, come on.
That's why the FBI got involved.
Yeah, well, I think it's in Utah. You take families hostage. You take 2 families hostage. Can you imagine trying?
But she's a pretty girl. I mean, she's beautiful.
I guess.
Well,
we don't know nothing about her, man.
Which is sad.
Maybe her family, maybe she was an only child and her mom was 1,000. That could also be true.
But I couldn't find anything about...
That guy's a piece of shit. That's all we know.
The family... Obviously, they never reported her missing. For whatever reason that was.
Well, I mean, she doesn't come around enough and she just... Well, it's like... Think about it this way. When a person... And you may have some understanding on this. If you have to disavow somebody for a few years because they're just off the rails... causing problems. You know, they're not going to report you missing because you're not going to talk to them in the first place.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe she had to disavow her family because they were dirty or mean, or she just thought they were mean. You know, we don't know. That's the problem.
But I couldn't really find anything about her, which is kind of sad because she has her name, but there's nothing I couldn't find about family members like, you know...
Victimology is always the best thing to do, by the way. If you're trying to go down a murder trail or any crime trail, then victimology, why did they steal from this person? Why did they rape this person? What did they do that caused them to be noticed by the person? And sometimes it can come down to we just don't know. What was that one guy that we watched the documentary yesterday that I was showing you, where the guy was just going down the road and he saw a girl and a boy playing in the front yard while the mom's mowing, and he decided, I'm going to steal them.
I know, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, there was no reason for him to pick them.
I'm like looking here to see if I can find
They found a distant relative in 2022. Unaware that anyone in the family was missing, and well, they're distant, of course.
Yeah.
Investigators located a close family member and obtained a reference DNA sample collected in September 28th of 22 that confirmed the identification. The family provided travel context. The DNA Solves case narrative says, according to family, Donna and George Bruton were known to pass through Benton County and visit an RV park, like you said, Pine Island. They didn't care idea is not supported by anything official. And the parents, we don't even know who their names are.
It's like nothing on her I could find anything about her. That would remotely.
You can hit Facebook, but there's too many going on with her. You can't nail it down. A relative initially contacted but did not know anyone in the family was missing. Long break in awareness contact reporting. So somehow or other, they just don't want to talk to her anymore. Or she didn't want to talk to them. And that was it. I mean, that's all you can say.
It's weird that maybe the time that they, obviously, this when she was 28 in 1990, her parents, probably by the time she was found and identified, may not be around.
Yeah. And, chat's not doing very good for me these days. It's kind of not it's shy. I put some restrictions on my AI that I've been training for about 6 years.
Like train your dragon and train your AI.
Yeah, I've been training my AI and I put too many constraints on it now. Now it's shy for facts. What?
Mainly because when we look this stuff up, we get like they're not even real cases.
Yeah, well, they quit doing that. I got that solved. Now I just need to figure out how to open it up without it lying again.
No, I can't find anything on her, who she was.
Yeah.
Which I hope and want to believe that,
I hate that. So if you've estranged from your family, you should at least just send a letter from like a post office in New Mexico. That way they try to track you down, maybe go to New Mexico instead of here or whatever.
Yeah,
just saying. Just let them know you're freaking alive.
But even though we've even read some cases where the family just doesn't report.
Well, and some people don't care. There's families out there that don't care. I mean, Andrea and I are very family oriented, and we care deeply about people. I'm very empathetic. I refuse to be sympathetic, which can sometimes irk people. But Andrea is empathetic and sympathetic, and because of that, that's because that's our nature. It's hard for us to understand when you can't consider someone else.
Or even report people missing. Like, why?
Well, there's some people that don't care at all,
and that's mind blowing to me. I mean,
more than usual. I think these days, actually,
family's family, friends are friends, and But then again, okay, remind me of this. I know in the 70s and the 80s, in some of the cases we've listened to and read and talked about, they got to be missing for 24 hours before he can report them.
It's 48 actually.
40 was it that way in the 90s?
Yeah.
And maybe
if they're over 18, I mean,
maybe she was an individual that just really
vagabond
wasn't in one spot long enough.
Well, that's true. That's what she was doing, and so it could be a combination of all this.
Yeah,
but it just really bothers me that we've kind of gotten to the point now where we're just in our houses and we don't interact with anybody outside our house unless we want to scream at someone on Facebook.
Yeah,
and that seems to be the national pastime these days.
Scream on Facebook because you happen to have different opinions than everyone else.
Everybody's got a different opinion than you. Everybody, there's 7 billion people and there's 7 billion opinions. Remember the old joke. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
That's true.
And they're all covered in shit. I mean, am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I would like to think, though, if she was to go missing now, let's just say,
And somebody reported her.
and somebody reported her, either A, it would be known as a local thing. We all know about it locally. Or B, it'd be all over.
Well, she was of age, though. She's 20s. 20-year-olds disappear, and they show up 30 years later and 1,000 miles away, living a life with a bunch of kids.
But like reading them like from 1990, they didn't know who she was until 1995. We're starting to oh, let's put together a skull. Oop, can't do that. Keep going and keep going and keep going. And then the detective's like, what about?
But if she was also involved with the theft ring, if she was,
she could have been. You're right.
If she's involved, and she probably was. She's having second thoughts, just like the one woman that we were watching. She got older, and when she got older, she decided she didn't want to live the biker life anymore. Remember the old wrinkly lady?
Oh yeah.
And we were watching for a minute this morning. She didn't want to live the biker life anymore. She didn't want to be around that anymore. She wanted to grow and kind of just settle in and become, housewifey, work a job, settle down. But maybe that's what she was hitting, because her prefrontal cortex was probably forming, and she's starting to go, oh, this is bad.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, because now her decision making is becoming clearer because of the prefrontal cortex having much more pathways.
Yeah.
And if you notice, 27 to 35, everybody changes.
Yeah,
They remain the same, but they change.
You grow up.
Yeah, and that's your prefrontal cortex finally grows.
Yeah.
And then you become a normal person instead of a dickhead.
But between 18 till it forms, you just are...
Yeah, and you want to smack them. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of have some experience with that. If anybody has teenagers, y'all understand.
Just grow up. Let's get with the program. And that's, it's weird because I did that. I was out there doing crazy stuff, but I never, like I was telling you, when people get to start doing bad things, going off the rails and being reckless, they turn around and I was gone. I didn't have anything to do with it because I was like, this is going to happen. And then this is going to happen later. If this happens, this could happen. If this happens, this could happen.
But I guess for me,
and I just bail on it.
There's a man, I don't care how good looking he is, if he's like robbing or been on the most wanted list, or he's been doing like selling drugs.
Yeah.
I don't care if he looks like Fabio. I'm not going after it.
Dudes will follow a good looking chick that puts out till the end of the world.
Oh,
They'll put up with so much.
But
and it's very strange.
But I guess it's hard for me.
I ran them off. I wouldn't put up with it. They're a good looking chick, but she's a bitch. Get out.
But I'm thinking it for her. I'm like, honey, you know what he's doing. Just maybe she couldn't walk away.
Well, he probably had her tied up with mentally as well. Because if he's running this stealing thing, he's probably a narcissist. And he has no ethics or morals that apply to the real world. So he probably had her tied up, and she didn't understand that she was being controlled mentally by this guy, because guys can be really good at that, and ladies tend not to know. And I know this from experience.
Yeah.
And I always tell Andrea, I say, guys only want one thing. It's the guy that chooses not to take that one thing that we're all talking about. That's the guy you want to be with.
Yeah.
He chooses not to take it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean let you give it to him or agree upon it. I mean, take it. He chooses not to take it. That's the guy you want.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking of you. But if he just manipulates you and manipulates you and manipulates you, and that's probably what this guy was. That's probably who this guy was. I would bet money.
And he's only throwing away her stuff in a dumpster to cover his own butt.
If he cared about her, he wouldn't throw away her stuff.
If he
cared about her, he wouldn't have shot her.
Right.
And then burned her. If he cared about her, he might have shot her.
Which is sad.
But not burn her. But he burned the body.
It's sad for her. She lost her life and then didn't have her name.
Making really bad choices.
And now her family finally knows, and...
The people that her parents probably all dead.
Yeah.
more than likely. Or if they're not dead, they're not, they're in a nursing home. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, she was 28 in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that puts her in the 50s when she was born.
I don't know. It's too
Something
much
like
math
that.
for right now.
You don't do math? Drink some more sangria.
You don't want me doing math then.
Well, no, I'm okay with you doing math then because it doesn't matter.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, that's when I choose to.
Oh, that's when you choose to. I hear you. I get it now. See, guys, now we know the real truth.
You got to know where the landmines are and when they're disarmed.
So, let us know what you think of this, but also let us know if you think about me sprinkling in medical stuff, because there's a town not far from here.
Not in my drinks. We're not talking about that kind of spreading in medical stuff.
No.
Although depends on the drug, maybe.
You were telling me something I want to research on. It's about a town in Oklahoma that's not far from here.
Oh yeah.
That they used radioactive material up into the 1990s in spa bath stuff.
You could go take a bath in radioactive water to make your skin glow.
Please tell me,
and then your testicles grow giant cysts and fall off.
The 1990s, we were not doing this stuff.
Yes.
I mean, come on, Chernobyl. No, Chernobyl happened. So.
Yeah, but we did it. People don't care. They just making money.
So, well, I guess that kind of makes sense now, because women want these big old duck lips and these weird, putting in all these fillers. And I saw something the other day about celebrities that
there's a lady that went and she had her buddy give her butt implants. And she used liquid silicone that's not medical grade and implanted that into her, and it almost killed her.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but she was doing that for a lot of girls. They go in and it's absolutely insane.
So I'm like, no way. I understand 1950, maybe 1960s, maybe the 70s.
Need a bigger butt. Just let it be natural. You'll be fine.
The 90s of I'm going to go swim in some radioactive material because it'll make my skin look all pretty.
Well, yeah, you don't have to wear makeup because it glows in the dark.
Your skin will fall off. I mean...
Well, Radium Girls.
The Radium Girls, a lot of you probably listened to, that kind of their story. I have a book that I want to read on them because what happened to them was really sad because they really didn't.
They had no idea what they were
dealing with. They had no
with.
idea what they were dealing with. And a lot of them, I saw pictures of them, and it just breaks your heart. Their whole face was swollen, and their jaw was almost rotting out. I mean, it was awful.
Because when they were painting these little watch faces that glowed in the dark, they were using their tongue to moisten the tip of their brush, and then they dip the brush in the radioactive paint it, and then do it again. And it was really bad.
They'd paint watch faces and a bunch of stuff because
and their fingernails.
Yeah, and because all this stuff, the peekaboo paint, I guess is what I've heard the term called.
Peekaboo paint sounds like something Lyndon Johnson might do.
Oh God! But they would
Lyndon Johnson had peekaboos in his White House, so he could watch the secretarial poll. Absolutely, 100% true.
Wow, and we bitch about Trump now.
Yeah, Lyndon Johnson makes Trump look like a choir boy. Sorry.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Maybe we should cover some of that because that might be interesting to cover.
We should just read my screenplay that I wrote for a Arkansas senator. He was an sitting Arkansas senator who wanted me to write a screenplay that was masturbating presidents.
You told me that, and I
think you read part of it.
Yeah, I remember going, is this real?
Yeah, and I took their real situations and then inflamed them to...
Yeah, to make it
Yeah, it was a terrible thing that I wrote. I mean, it's awful, but it's hilarious if you can tolerate that kind of talk.
Wow.
But an sitting Arkansas senator, a Republican, asked me to make that for him, and I did. And he said, it was the best thing I've ever read. Yeah.
Is he in
This
jail?
is the first time I've ever publicly even acknowledged that I wrote that because it's so bad.
Well,
it's bad.
Everyone's done stuff they're not proud of as far as art-wise.
Getting stuck in the tub. Lyndon Johnson spying on the secretarial pool, which he made them all wear mini skirts as a uniform. Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe
100% true.
maybe we-
Wikipedia. That's where I got the information for the most part.
But no, I want to cover on this because this is like 1990s and we're like swimming around in the.
Yeah. Why are your balls glowing, Bill? Because I'm using my new radioactive cream.
Like I get radioactive, so I'll cover that. And I want to cover because it's not that far from. I guess we could go visit the place.
Yeah, we could go visit it if you want to. It's not that far. It's about an hour.
I mean, do they still have this building?
Yeah, the buildings are still there. I drove by it about 6 years ago.
Is it like?
And it says right on the side of the building what they're doing. Yeah, absolutely. It's still there. The old paint's still there. At least it was 5 years ago. 10 years ago. Maybe 8 years ago. It was there. And the buildings are all rotten and falling down.
So what did they? I don't want to cover but I'm curious. Like, A, how did they get that stuff in the water? And B,
it's natural.
It's natural. That's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah, and then I think they condense it by boiling or something, just to make.
So nobody's living there now. Correct?
Oh yeah.
How do they get their water? Please tell me they don't get it from that same spot.
Well, they get it from we get our water from the Beaver Lake water thing. So they pull it out somewhere regionally, and then they pump it there, buddy. So we get all our water from Beaver Lake. Every ounce of water we have drank in Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, Bentonville, Lowell has come out of Beaver Lake.
Well, yeah.
Every ounce.
So I'll dig into
the White River.
White River. But what are you going to dig into next?
Pizza and maybe some. Maybe there's a key lime pie I might get a hold of. What?
What are you going to cover next week? Do you know?
Oh man, what am I going to cover? I don't know. I was thinking, I don't really know, actually. Okay. I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
I don't know if I should go true crime again or if I should go, we could talk about some really interesting musicians that did some really, really bad decisions. That'd be interesting.
I think most people expect that.
Yeah, they're musicians. Yeah. Yeah, you heard about the plane crash that killed 4 musicians and a drummer?
Oh.
No? That's a musician joke.
Oh, wah, wah.
4 musicians and a drummer.
Oh.
Drummers hate that joke.
Oh.
But then they laugh because they're like, those musicians suck. Drummers are better.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah, well, see? Yeah, just like that. The drum. So if you enjoy our humor, I'm sorry, but it's good because we're here to entertain you and enlighten you into the world of, I don't know what we're thinking most of the time. But if you enjoyed this, if you like what we're doing, or if you just want to complain, that's cool too. You can do that. Then go to paulgnewton.com and buy some swag because you need to buy something. Mm-hmm. Do you understand me? Buy something.
Buy something.
I had some really good T-shirts on there, actually. I need to make some more because I haven't made any in a while. I was trying to make some funny ones the other day, but it didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess mostly because I didn't care. I've been doing a website for a lady and just kind of got sidetracked. Been building a website.
You did a good job, though.
Here we go. It's my medal. I call this Things I Want to Medal.
God.
What? Because I had to keep track of which ones are all things I want to know.
Yeah, they all sound the same after a while.
Yeah. So this starts off really cool, and I'm like, yes, this is great. This is great. But then it turns into a Nickelback again.
All I hear is Nickelback.
Right. And there it is. It's not Nickelback. It's that Jared Leto's brother's band. Can't remember what it is.
I just hear Nickelback.
No, this isn't Nickelback. This is more like, this is a little bit darker than, it's better than Nickelback. I don't know. You know, Nickelback gets a hard rap because they sold like more albums than any other artist during that time.
Yeah, they did.
Everybody heard them. And now everybody bashes them. I'm like, no, you probably own 4 of their albums at least.
Oh, yes. Hands
like
down.
It's like Creed. Yes, you own a Creed album.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, exactly. But they bash it. And it's like, what? What is your problem? Anyway, so things I want to know. Leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. And if you want to send us hate mail, please do. Paul G at paulgnewton.com. That's Paul G, paulgnewton.com. And I will respond to you with either a comment or an invisible email that you can't see because it's invisible. But I did respond. I'm just telling you ahead of time. No?
No.
You don't think it's believable?
No, I don't.
I responded. You just didn't see it because it's invisible.
Okay.
That's right.
They're going to bring out like the lemon juice and the milk to read it?
Put it in the oven.
Okay.
Put your computer in the oven. That's fine with me. The person that sends us hate mail, go right ahead. Put your computer in the oven.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Things I wanna know, what you hide when you're alone. If I pull the curtain back, will it burn or feel like home? Yeah, these things I wanna know. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Late night, city lights, stories unfold. Secrets in the shadows, mysteries untold. Searching for the truth beneath the neon glow. Things I wanna know, things I wanna know. Tell me all the stories, let the truth be shown. In this underground.
Thank you for listening to Things I Want to Know. You want these stories, and we want to bring them to you. So hit the support link and keep this circus and the mics alive. Then do us a favor, rate and subscribe. It helps the show find more people just like you, the ones who like their mysteries real and their storytellers unfiltered. And if you want to wear a little bit of this madness, grab some Andrea-approved gear at paulgnewton.com. We make these things for you because it matters, and you're the kind who knows the difference.